Okay.
Yep, it is MP4.
Yep, recording. So hopefully everything's okay in terms of the recording. So yep, I think it's now recording.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
I can see the icon.
Yep. So maybe update on your interactions with Donna Marie and all that.
I have 2 meetings with her, and I have record all the meeting as well. If you feel interested, I can send you the link. At least we have some solid things, but still have something uncertain.
Okay.
For the solid part is she is agree us to use New Zealand and Australia data.
Yeah.
And we can ignore the UK and US data.
Okay.
This is the first point. And the second point is she is encouraged or recommend us to do the first prototype by using voice vote.
Okay.
And she have also sent me some tutorial and some demonstration on how to use voice vote.
Yep.
Actually, she have made a demo on how to use it. I believe she have also sent to other groups.
Yeah.
And that's what we have now. These points are solid points for us to move forward.
Yeah.
From my point of view, we should have enough information to finish first prototype.
Yeah.
But for the final prototype, because I have keep talking with Mandy last night more than 2 hours, because she have financial background, I need to seek advice from her.
Yeah.
And she have also give me a very valuable advice. And we discovered that the table should give me, I mean Donna Marine, the second part should be for benchmarking, while the first part should be for forecasting. Then I sent an email to Donna Marine to confirm with our funding, but she said that no, both parts are for benchmarking. That will pop out another question: where can we find the rest of data? Because we have already spent many time to find out the data.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So at the moment, because you're saying that there's a forecasting and a benchmarking component.
Yeah.
And you've got the data for the benchmarking.
Yeah.
Did you guys confirm any specific industry?
Actually, our team is responsible to benchmarking, right?
Yep. Yep. So in terms of the benchmarking, have you guys caught any? Yeah, you guys have the necessary information, both Australia and New Zealand, to be able to do the benchmarking, right?
For first prototype, I believe yes.
Okay.
For final prototype, I doubt.
Okay.
After I received the email from Donna Marine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I show you? I can share my screen to you.
Okay.
Okay, give me a second.
So the meetings you had was, I guess, with you and Donna Marie. Was Mandy or any other team members?
No, only me. But I have record all the meeting and let them to review.
Yeah.
Because I want to make all the things transparent within my group. Can you see my screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now we have this one and this one are New Zealand data, which is provided by Donna Marine.
Yeah.
And this is the Australia data, which is found by us. And the rest of the sheet are maybe just rubbish, so simply ignore it. Then last night I have talked to Mandy, and we have a very long discussion. We found that from these two data sheet, we can find all the data for these 8 items.
Yep. Okay.
That means we have already enough information to make the first prototype.
Okay.
This is our ground, okay?
Yeah.
Then our question is, why we need to handle this? Because as per Mandy said, because she has financial background, these should not
Research.
for the benchmarking. It should be for the forecasting. For example, the income, expenses, net profit, blah, 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 and the balance sheet. And actually, we have tried all of our best to find it from the internet, but we haven't found any appropriate data.
Yeah. Okay.
But I have asked Donna Marine today. She said that no, we should include this, and this is her email. Let me show you. Okay. In last night about 2 a.m., I asked Donna Marine if we can have a 4th meeting. Then she asked me to find you.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I list out all my questions to her.
Yeah.
For example, 9 days, just the one I described to you.
Yeah.
And these are my questions. Okay. The first question is about if we need to handle these data. And the second question is because she have give us some hints.
Yep.
For example, 0.5 people, 6 to 10 people. This should be the industry category, right?
Yeah.
It's to be used to categorize even for the same industry, they have different size and different different size of people, different size of employee, and different size of turnover. Then we found that we actually have some category here. Sorry, it should be this one. It should be this one, the size band.
Yep.
According to New Zealand government, we have micro, small, medium, and large.
Yep.
Okay, it should be able to serve to categorize the industry, right?
Yep.
But again, she say no. She just said no, all variables, and we will have the companies confirm the number of employees. And again, I feel confident to make the first prototype, but for the final prototype, how can we move on? I doubt. I have no idea.
So I think given the fact that you actually have got all the variables that are there, and plus the fact that you've got both the New Zealand and Australian data, I believe the Australian and the New Zealand data are comparable, that you've got those information and as well as the size of the companies from the Australian data?
Not directly comparable because we are not required to compare the performance between New Zealand and Australia. From Donna Marine, what we need to compare is to compare the organizational data which we provided by her during before the final prototype. And before the first prototype, we can make some figure. For example, we have ABC company. The annual return is 4 million, and we have different financial ratio, blah blah blah. Then we use to compare with the benchmark data that we have. This is our first prototype requirement. And even for the final prototype, we are not required to compare with the New Zealand benchmark with the Australia benchmark.
So let's say this company, you actually have, let's say, gross profit of this amount. You are comparing within New Zealand. You're saying that but you can also consider that that company might be considering to be working in Australia and being able to actually also see where they are compared or where they sit in Australia, right? Because at the moment you're saying that the company, let's say it's in New Zealand, then of course makes sense that you use, you know, the data that's from New Zealand in that particular industry, and then you of course compare yourself of the various size. So if you're a small micro company, then a micro organization, then you would do the comparison within that particular size of companies, right? So what you're saying is that the one in Australia doesn't fit in because you're not comparing between the two countries?
No. Again, I believe we can compare with the organizational data with New Zealand benchmark. This is the first point. The second point is we can compare with the actual figure with Australia data. Okay. Yep. That means if we have 3 set of data, the actual data, New Zealand data, and Australia data, we can do 2 comparison, and this is our requirement.
Yeah.
But the comparison between the New Zealand benchmark and Australia benchmark, this is not our requirement according to Donna Marine.
Okay.
Okay. And our question is, and actually this is our difficulty is how to get this information. Because this information suppose is not for benchmarking. Suppose it is for forecasting. But Donna Marine said, no, we need to compare all the variable. This is our first difficulties.
Can you show the data that you have with New Zealand? I don't have a accounting background, but yeah, I'm trying to see how I can assist in this case. Can you go back to your spreadsheet of the New Zealand data?
This one?
Yep. So the data that's actually provided is only that?
Yep. Okay. If I use Excel, you can see it more easily because I can use the filter function more quickly.
Yeah.
As you can see, according to this table, we have 8 ratio. Current ratio, gross profit ratio, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Which is aligned with this 8 category.
Yeah.
Okay. But for the income, expense, or net profit, we don't have it.
And then with the Australian financial, it's also the same thing.
Even less, because they have only provided 4 ratio.
Okay. And can you work backwards? As in, like, you given that gross profit ratio, can you work backwards in terms of and have an idea of how much the gross profit is, or how much the gross?
You mean do some backward calculation?
Yeah.
I think I'm not the appropriate person to answer this question.
Yeah, probably Mandy. Yeah.
She's not here.
So so maybe like this, given the fact that you have what you believe sufficient information for the first prototype, maybe don't use voice flow, but focus on the actual interaction, the content of your prototype, and then the voice flow will probably be later, because it is a system that you can actually use to help to you be able to use to actually run the prototype. But then in this case, create that script. I think that's the one that we talked about earlier on, in terms of, you know, the script that when you're actually pretending to interact with Tanya, what sort of with the scenario, what sort of interaction that can actually come about. Just use the information that you have, and then you just do the best that you can in relation to whether it's micro, whatever, in that sense. Try to see what you can actually try to to see as best as possible how you can actually, in this case, say for example, with the number of people, tally back to the the 0 to 5 people or the 6 to 10 people, because you got micro and what else, large organization, you got a medium or something.
Micro, small, medium, and large.
Yeah, so use whatever that is actually there, and in that, yeah, I think when you actually do that prototype, you probably be able to actually get feedback. David as well as Donna Marie will be there as well, and I think with that there would be sufficient information to be able to actually move forward in terms of how you're actually going to do your the final prototype. But prior to doing the final prototype, I talk through the, say for example, in relation to how you actually sorting out the data, as well as in terms of with the benchmarking, how you actually doing that calculation for the benchmarking before you actually came up with the final script for the interaction or that scenario.
But this make no big difference. As I said before, we now already have this information.
Yeah.
Which is enough for the first prototype. Even we use Voice Pro.
Yeah.
My concern is how can I move forward to final prototype?
So do the first prototype first, and then we'll have the discussion in terms of, or you'll have the discussion with Donna Marie and David to see how to move to the final prototype.
Okay. So what if, eventually we use the first use the voice Pro to do the first prototype, and including this egg feature.
Yeah.
And the final prototype, we only contain this egg feature as well. That means the first prototype is exactly the same with the final prototype. What happens?
So when you do that first prototype, depending on the outcome, they would be able to actually identify what other things that you can actually further enhance on. So if you are able to actually use the voice flow for that first prototype. So that's the reason why we do 2 prototypes rather than just one. So once you present, hopefully everything aligns with what is expected. And if it is, then they'll probably identify what the other things that can be incorporated to actually move on to the final prototype.
In other words, can I say, because we already know what's the best we could do, so the first prototype we should not do the best?
I think you do the best that you can, because then when you actually present it, if there's any other issues, it might be fine-tuning certain things and all that. Probably talk to Mandy to actually see, if there's, based on the information that's there, what other issues around benchmarking that needs to be actually looked at as well before you actually come up with the scenario. And maybe next Tuesday, I'm just thinking, you would probably be able to come up with a first cut of your first prototype presentation already, right? I can actually meet up on Tuesday.
You mean the presentation on Tuesday?
The presentation is on Thursday, but I'd like to actually meet up with you just to see how you guys are tracking, and then maybe see what else that you could actually maybe incorporate, and then to fine tune your presentation if need to.
I see.
Yeah, so it's
that's
not
my plan as well. Actually, I would like to finish the prototype within this weekend as well.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at the time on Tuesday. What time on Tuesday that, I guess, I think probably we can check with Twinkle on her availability. But let's put a tentative time anyway. So on Tuesday, Tuesday 12:30.
12 for me is fine.
The
No
others for
schedule.
now?
Yeah, I don't have 12:30, right?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm
Yeah.
fine.
I'm okay.
Yep. So maybe you can just touch base with the other two and let me know whether 12:30 on the 28th of April is okay. And then this time around, I'll send a invite in that sense. Yeah, I couldn't send out the invite because just quite a lot of things are happening. So I was just able to just get the email out in that sense. Okay, so group 12, 12:30. Yep. Okay. I'll just mention this as well. On Wednesday you will have a quiz at 12 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
and then what was it? Yeah, the talk will start probably about 12:10, 12:15 after the quiz. You will have an invited speaker next Wednesday anyway. But yeah, I'll send this out in an email later on today or over the weekend in that sense, just to have a reminder of the quiz and the talk on next Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
So with this, you don't have to get the voice flow thing sorted by next Tuesday, but at least have that script in terms of the customer pretending to talk to Tanya, the system, and then what sort of the dialogue that actually would occur in relation to this, and then using the data that you actually have.
Mm-hmm. Actually, we have some flow design already.
Okay.
But again, I think you and Donna Marie are not aligned because you keep asking to make a first prototype on anyway. But Donna Marie hope that we can use the voice vote for the first prototype.
So in this case, I think this is my call. Reason, if you can use the voice flow, I said on Thursday, do so. But if you find that you don't have the time to do that, then just use what do you call, using the Wizard of Oz, or should I say the role play type thing. That's because it's just a platform. The key thing here is more on the content side of things. But if you can use the voice flow by next Thursday, that's fine in that sense. And then ultimately, in terms of the prototype, we want to see the presentation from you guys in terms of what you actually have achieved over this last 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
So that means this will not affect the marks we get.
Whether you use voice flow or whether you use role play, I think was the word that we use. Yeah, whether you use role play or whether you use voice flow. I guess my concern ultimately will be if, let's say, you're having issues with voice flow and all that stuff, and voice flow is the final prototype which can be done at the end. This first prototype could either be a voice flow or having that role play. But in order for either one to actually work, you would still need to have that script, that scenario that you actually come up with in relation to explaining about the benchmarking or to talk about the benchmarking.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, you got this recorded anyway, so.
Yeah. But you need to send to me.
Yes, yeah. So, okay, so I will see you guys on Tuesday at 12:30. And if you can, for that meeting, we'll run through how you are wanting to go through your presentation, who's going to be talking about what. And then also in terms with the actual demo on that first prototype, how you see the interactions and all that would actually come about.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And and I'll hopefully the recording is okay, and then I can send this to you in that sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, cool. I'll have a good weekend and I'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
See you.
Okay.
See you.
See you.
Bye bye.
Bye.